Where's Green Arrow when you really need him?
I don't.
Sure about that?
Enemies to lovers is an age-old trope that dominates every industry. Examples of this famous character dynamic exist in books, video games, films, and even animated cartoons. In real life, it's not common for people to end up with someone they once despised or constantly found themselves at odds with. Such an occurrence is much more common in fiction, and it's easy to see the appeal. Enemies who overcome their odds to reach a mutual understanding create stories ripe with tension, character development, and in the interest of this video, romance. Today, we're reviewing enemies turned lovers in cartoon history.
Strangely, I'm even more jealous now.
You have nothing to be jealous of.
Number 1. Luce and Amity, The Owl House. When The Owl House became an outbreak star on the Disney Channel, it was no secret that part of its success came from the potential romance between the main character, Luz Nocetta, and her rival Amity Blight. The pair were at odds when Luz helped Willow take Amity's place as top study at Hexside. When they first interacted in the episode I Was a Teenage Abomination, fans were quick to notice their rivalry had the potential to become something more. The Owl House was never afraid to challenge conventional tropes in animated television. It was unique for a Disney series as its setting, the Boiling Isles, was a magical world complete with horror, conflict, and dark undertones. Coincidentally, the series wasn't afraid to bring positive representation of the LGBTQ+ audience into the storytelling. The episode Enchanting Gromfrey remains a favorite episode in the 3-season-long series as it showcases how Luz and Amity's relationship had grown from rivals into something more. The episode features the pair sharing a riveting dance as they defeat Prometheus and ends with a reveal that Amity wanted to ask Luz to be her date. It serves as a precursor to the girls' relationship, which continues to grow and thrive, with their first on-screen kiss appearing in the episode Clouds on the Horizon.
Oh, crikey. I can't believe I just did that.
Number 2. Adora and Catra, She-Ra and the Princess of Power. Enemies to lovers become enriched when the two people involved were once friends, and that's what happens in She-Ra and the Princess of Power. The reboot of the popular 80s cartoon finds Adora and Catra as inseparable friends and soldiers of the Horde, the military order led by the series' main antagonist, Hordak. However, when Adora encounters Glimmer and Bow during the two-parter pilot The Sword, Adora realizes the error of the Horde's ways and leaves her association with them behind. Unfortunately, Catra can't bring herself to leave behind the only family she's ever known. The two become at odds, and their lifelong friendship faces constant strain throughout the series. Although the pair meet on the battlefield, they don't reunite until Catra is saved from Horde Prime and begins to see the error of her ways. Catra officially joins the rebellion in Season 5, which allows her relationship with Adora to reignite and become stronger than before. The pair become official after Catra admits to always loving Adora, and they share a kiss in the episode Heart Part 2.
But there's no more time. It has to end here. I can still save everybody.
Number 3. Callum and Rayla, the Dragon Prince. The Dragon Prince didn't waste any time establishing a potential enemies to lovers relationship between the two main characters. Callum, the stepson of King Harrow, is placed on the path of his love interest Rayla when she arrives at the castle with her fellow Moonshadow elves to help assassinate the king and Prince Ezran. Although Callum and Rayla's two countries are at war, and Rayla introduced herself as someone sent to assassinate Callum's younger brother, the pair find themselves with a common goal by the end of the episode Moonrise. To save their homes, Callum, Rayla, and Ezran journey to Zadia to return the recently found Dragon Prince to his mother. The adventures they go on bring Callum and Rayla together, and they find themselves with mutual feelings for one another in the episode Heroes and Masterminds. The couple has faced many trials and tribulations together, and despite how they part ways before the start of Season 4, there's never a doubt that they came to care for one another as friends and partners. Fans of the series wait with bated breath to see Rayla and Callum back at the height of their partnership, and it's likely that their relationship will continue to grow as their characters do.
I'm not really anything.
You just did magic!
Yeah, that's what a mage is.
Number 4. Kagami and Felix, Miraculous Ladybug. Miraculous Ladybug has always favored romance as one of its themes. The protagonists of the series, Marinette and Adrien, spend countless seasons locked in a love square with their alter egos, Ladybug and Cat Noir. They can't look away from the potential Marinette and Adrien have as a couple, but the pair may have met their match for romance in Season 5. A new fan favorite couple took the audience by storm in the episode Pretension, when Felix, previously serving as a secondary antagonist in the series, helped save Kagami from the controlling nature of her mother, Tomoe. The relationship between Felix and Kagami was a surprise, as Kagami actively opposed Felix's actions during their interactions and emotion. However, their relationship was met with critical success when the series hinted at their potential. Miraculous fans took to the internet to share their fanwork and theories about the couple, and it's easy to see why. Felix admits to having feelings for Kagami in the episode Pretension. After realizing that he understands and sympathizes with her struggles, Kagami comes to reciprocate that admiration. The pair officially appear as a couple in Representation, where they share more than one on-screen kiss and convince Ladybug to help protect their newfound relationship by defeating Gabriel Agreste.
Will she have the courage to face the father of the boy she loves?
Trust me, nothing will stop her now.
Number 5. Allura and Lotor, Voltron, Legendary Defender. One of the most prominent enemies to lovers relationships in recent cartoon history comes from Voltron, Legendary Defender. In another revamp of a popular 80s series, Voltron finds Princess Allura leading the Paladins of Voltron in the war against Zarkon and the Galra Empire. The fight is personal for Allura, as the Galra were responsible for wiping out her entire civilization and killing her father. In the beginning, Allura is willing to take extreme measures to take down the people who took everything from her, including becoming the next paladin of the Blue Lion. However, Allura's priorities change when Prince Lotor takes over the Galra Empire. On the surface, he wants to establish a peaceful coexistence with Voltron and lead the Galra into a new era. Due to their aligned priorities, Lotor allies with Voltron, allowing him and Allura to bond over their shared heritage and quest for a better world. The pair's relationship develops gradually, but they share their first kiss to celebrate their success in the colony. Lotor immediately falls back into enemy status when Rommel reveals he had secretly harvested a colony of Altians for their quintessence.
We accomplished something amazing today, and it would have never happened had it not been for you.
Number 6. Will Harper and Jade Nguyen, Young Justice. Young Justice dominated Cartoon Network when it premiered in 2010, and it's easy to see why. The animated spin on DC's most lovable sidekicks breathed life into the characters in a monumental way. The series didn't shy away from how hard it would be to become a hero at such a young age, as protecting the world would interfere with growing up, including friendships, responsibilities, and even relationships. The romance was just one of the things that gave Young Justice an appeal to a broad audience, and fans loved every dynamic that arose in the series. One of the most surprising relationships appeared between Will Harper, a clone of Roy Harper and the former sidekick of Green Arrow, and Jade Nguyen, the criminal known as Cheshire. When the pair met during missions, they occasionally shared flirtations and eventually developed a mutual respect for one another. Their relationship evolved during an in-show time skip during which they worked together, married, and had a daughter named Leanne. Unfortunately, their marriage doesn't last long, as Will's obsession with finding the real Roy Harper drives a wedge in their relationship. Will eventually retires from hero work to raise Leanne, and Jade watches them from a distance, implying that she still cares for her family even if she can't be with them.
Aren't you going to introduce us?
Of course. Holly, meet my sister, Jade.
As new cartoons premiere on television, examples of enemies to lovers will appear with them. The trope has maintained popularity for decades and receives acclaim from young to old audiences. The couples showcased in this video are just a few unique examples that have fans rooted for an underdog story. There's nothing more satisfying than watching two rivals reach common ground, establish a friendship, and find something more personal blooming between them. The enemies to lovers trope works so well because they're usually stories about people who triumphed against the odds and learned to care for one another. Because of this, stories where love establishes itself in the most unsuspecting places will always prevail in animated series and otherwise.
We have to stop her before they get too far into the desert.
Our mounts are gone. Nyx must have untied them.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications to stay updated on our uploads.
You were afraid of getting rejected. Amity, it's okay. What if I went to Grom with you instead?